Hey guys, hey, how are you? How are you? Look, this is our last podcast for the year, and our podcast is on a friendship audit, episode number 9. Can you guys believe we're on episode 9? I'm talking about for show wise, and I'm starting to adapt my personality for the show. So I just want to thank you guys for a lot of the encouragement and stuff that I received and stuff. But we're on episode 9 of the friendship audit. And I just want to remind you guys that we air every Saturday night at 6 p.m., right? Which is New York Standard Time or Eastern Standard Time is how you should say it. But let's just kind of get into it and stuff. I was this particular topic right here came about because you know how we all had these friends and the friends of ours, they like it seemed like the relationship is not reciprocated. I mean, you giving so much more to the relationship than you're even getting in return. In other words, it's like when they call you on the phone and you sitting there and you holding the phone and you listening, they're talking about themselves, but you never get an opportunity to really get to say what you have to say. And then when you do say what you have to say, they take it in an offensive kind of way. You know what I'm saying? That part. So it's like, aside from that little technical situation, because I kind of got a little sidetracked a little bit, aside from that, I just want to say it basically, it's at the top of the year, right? And when we all taking evaluations of our lives and what's going on with our lives and everything, we need to uh, do a check. You know what I mean? And start to just evaluate the people that are in our lives and see, well, what is it that they are giving to our lives? Some people are feeding your life with like a lot of possibility. They encouraging you, they support you 100%, and you support them 100% because you got to remember, right? It's a retroactive thing. It's one of those things where it's though you give what you get back. So if you're the type of person, I'm talking to the people that are that type of person where they give a lot to everybody else, right? And then but you have a right to expect something back from that person. And if that's not, it doesn't have to be all over the place. You just have a right to get the respect that you're supposed to get, okay, from your friends. And if you're giving respect, you're calling on them, you're checking on them, and you just concerned with them, it should be reciprocated. And if you got friends in your life that we're gonna get into it, where it's like draining, okay? They basically they will tell you all day long, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on in their lives, and they'll never ask you what's going on in yours. Um, so this is the friendship audit, and what it's saying is, we need to evaluating like who adds value to our life and who drains it. In life and in business, the people around us matter. Okay, some relationships energize us, others deplete us, and that's real talk. Okay, um, most professionals they can recognize this feeling immediately. Like you finish a conversation with someone and then you feel either clear or completely drained, you know? And this is why conducting a personal friendship audit is essential because as we go into 2026 and we about our business and trying to take care of all the things that we got to take care of and do, because if you a business person like I am, you got a lot to do. Your mind need to be focused. It don't need to be drained because you sidetracked and allow uh you got just energy that's just draining you. I know y'all can identify with what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I'm moving on. Um, it has nothing to do with feel like I'm better, but I want a reciprocated relationship with people. I want people to love me unconditionally. They care about me. They calling on me. They checking on me. They saying how I'm doing. Because some people don't know you, but then there's people that know you. And the ones that know me, I need them reaching out. and showing me some kind of love. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You got one opportunity to be this way with someone. Well, you get several opportunities because we all got forgiving hearts and everything. But in reality, we have to make a conscious decision on where the problem lies. And if you have this type of problem in your life and stuff, you just got to address it. I'm sorry to say, you know what I mean? Um, you know, it's like, come on, come on. Now, it's saying that the common patterns that we ignore, many of us, um, people in our circle. So the patterns that we see in these people are around us all the time. Um, they only reach out when they need support. They struggle to celebrate your success, right? They offer little like reciprocation to anything that's going on in your life. Um, they always bring in emotional chaos instead of stability. They always got something negative going on in their life, and they, always got to reach out with you like you some kind of dumpster or trash can you want to hit. Drink responsibly because this is the holiday season. You know what I mean? And I'm having a bottle of wine. I subscribe to this company called Naked Wines, and they do a wine delivery. It comes to me like once a month or something. You get to choose what you want. If you don't like it, you can rate it and all that stuff. But we'll get into that later on in shows or whatever. But I'm an iced tea drinker. But it is the holiday and stuff, so I decided that I'm having some of the Lord's wine. Wine is made from grapes. It's we'll get into that. But anyway, it's like um these dynamics that they aren't just dynamics, right? They're inconsistent. These inconsistent, they affect the performance, the mindset, and the well-being of us when this stuff happens all the time. And research shows, right, that emotionally draining relationships increase stress, reduce productivity and negativity, and impact overall mental health. So that's what the research is saying. I'm just like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? These are thoughts. We have this conversation. These conversations are some stuff that's like some random conversation we just putting on the table. But the research is saying that it causes overall mental health for you to be in these type of relationships. That's crazy. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? It's documented. Let's see what it says. It says four types of relationships to reassess. So let's see what type of relationships do they talk about reassessing. Okay, this the first one is, and everybody can relate to this: emotional freeloaders. There's a high demand, they say, low support. They drain energy and consist crisis while offer little in return. I just always say that freeloaders are always looking to receive something. That's just the hood kind of way of saying it. You know what I'm saying? When you got freeloader in your life, they trying to take something out your pocket. They always like need something. They got some kind of scam going on, or when you call them, you already know what they want. So you tend not to answer the call, or at least that's what the remedy. One of the remedies are going to be. Per the end of this is we're going to talk about what the remedies are. It's like you don't have to answer all calls that come to you and stuff. Um, Another type of friend that you want to ignore is the secret competitors. You know what I'm saying? They supportive on the surface, competitive underneath. Okay, your success triggers them rather than inspire them. That's deep. That is something to really think about and stuff because we see supportive friends, they they listen to what you got to say or they congratulate you with, they know, okay, you know about a marriage, a relationship, a marriage with two people, and then you can say something, and when you say something, that person will just say it right. That person will say it. Like you, in other words, before you get the words out, the person already say the words. That part, that's when the person knows you. You know what I'm saying? And when you're a supportive friend, a lot of times when you know about their personal life and what's going on in their lives, you can just like mention something to them and they can finish the conversation or they know how it's supposed to end for you or whatever because they know you, you know. But you got some people out there that listen and hate on you. They ain't trying to like wish you no good luck or no positive things. They are around you because they see the possibility in your life and who you are and what you got to offer. And so they want to hang on your curtail. They're not going to congratulate and uplift you, but they're going to hang on that curtail. You see what I'm saying? And every victory you get, they're going to be up there smiling. They're going to be the first one cheesing in the camera. I'm just telling y'all, I'm keeping it real, right? This is called ChatterBox. And one thing that we are going to do for 2026 is we're going to keep reality reality. And all the haters or whatever, let them go on and do what they got to do or whatever. I don't mean that because I love you guys. I love everybody. But I'm talking about my personal circle and how I want to do things for. Listen, I'm 60 years old. In this next chapter of my life, I wanted to be peaceful. I didn't. I will learn. Always be learning until I die. But I am at a point where I know enough to be able to not make the same mistakes and stuff that I've made in the past. You do the math. You know what I'm saying? You do the math. Listen, it ain't nothing wrong with wanting people now in your life that took to be around you, that are like speaking into your life, that are helping you, that are like, I'm just saying they loving on you. They every step of the way, every milestone, and everything that you're doing in life, you got this person, there's people that's around you that support you, and they saying, do what you do. You're doing a good job. I see you. Because you are that type of person where you're giving it. I'm not saying if you ain't the type of person that you don't give up about people and you don't get it out, then I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people that's like me. You know what I'm saying? We love on people and we always want the best for everybody. If I'm winning, you can win. We all can win. That's the type of person I am. You see what I'm saying? But people that are self-centered and all that kind of stuff, I ain't got nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to them because they ain't gonna never have the peace that I have. Now, we've been going over these kind of people. We on number three, and we 15 minutes into the game. Number three says supportive, no, selective supporters. Okay, they show up for others, but not for you. You know them friends? I know y'all know which ones I'm talking about. Their consistency stops where your needs begin. I'm serious. That's like, that's a hater. Yeah, I'm just saying that's a hater. And no, you can't have people that surround you that's not supporting you, and yeah, and only showing up for you when they can get a free drink or free meal ticket or free whatever or free invite, because they only thinking about their selves. And when it's time to support you, they ain't there for you. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You guys know the type of people that I'm talking about and stuff. We have these people in our lives and stuff. And I'm just telling you that it's time to pull back and just, if you spend, these people are draining us to some capacity. They're taking something from you. And it wouldn't be a problem if you wasn't thinking about it. It wouldn't be a problem if you couldn't fit yourself into the situation and be able to say, okay, I understand I got these people around me like this. That's what the problem. And these conversations we have is about just what's admitting what's the truth. So if the shoe fit, wear it. Just wear it. Any conversation topic we say here, if the shoe fit, just put it on. And then this way we can get past it, because remember, ChatterBox is always, but I'm not talking about nobody. We're not talking about nobody. We only talk about ourselves and what we are dealing with. You know what I mean? And what we know by experience. Because if you haven't experienced shit, you need to, ooh, excuse me, keep your mouth closed and listen. That's what I'm talking about. Keep your mouth closed and listen. Um, I am so happy, right? That I get to be able to come here and talk to you guys about these type of things and relationships and people in our lives. That's like that if once you start to deplete, or you get to a space where you understand what I'm talking about, and you start to eliminate people, you are going to, all kinds of things are going to happen, because you're opening your door to put your attention, your focus on some positive things rather than concentrating on these idiots that you have in your life. And the last fourth thing that they would talk about is outgrowing connections. So, there's a lot of people you just outgrow. You've grown, right? But they haven't. Your values shift, right? And your priorities change. And believe it or not, that's normal for that type of thing to happen, you know. So you gotta go and you gotta move on. But at any point, it's not always bad. I remember TD Jakes or something. He said people around you are for a season, some for a season, some for a lifetime, some for something, something. But I'm just saying, everybody that comes to your life ain't meant to be in your life forever. And if they got a spirit that, we not judging, but if they got a spirit that doesn't agree with yours and you know it, they still got some add some value to your life. So you got to accept what the value they have for you, but then you need to move on. Y'all know y'all need to move on. I'm serious. And stop trying to hold on to these frenemies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I I know I got, listen, first off, God said I speak it. I speak it over my life. I know I got a lot of people out there that love me and they uplifting me. They care about me. So the noise that you might hear or you might read or you might get some kind of feeling about, that's not always necessarily true. But I'm telling you, if you know for a fact you got some people in your life, these are tangible, feelable, practical circumstances that you can feel and you can see in your life. This ain't no like, I'm just saying this because it's some random thought. This is really, we got people that's in our lives, and sometimes it's family. I'm not saying even family, you got to disconnect from them because they ain't speaking in your life. You see what I'm saying? And when you're around them, all they got is something negative, or they want to put that in your life. And you know what I'm saying? And so you entertain that in your thought process, and you curry that because these are people that's close to you and they matter to you. And when you curry it, it's in your heart. And this slows your production down, your ministry down. If you got a ministry, you're supposed to be out there spreading the word and stuff, it will slow you down. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be thinking all over here because the devil wants you to think that people that's close to you are all going through, or they all suffering, or they all distressed. Well, I beg to differ. I'm only trying to be in support and supportive of people that are in their right minds. They know that passing light is good. They know that, reciprocation of relationships matter. That's it. I'm just saying, that's it. Be a friend, a real friend. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what it says here. Because we only got like 9 more minutes. But it says what healthy, high value friendships look like. Successful professionals thrive with relationships, but on balanced reciprocity, trust and confidentiality, which is important, mutual respect and boundaries. You got to have some boundaries there, and support that flows in both directions. When these elements are missing, the relationship becomes unsustainable. Uh, well, I ain't mean no harm, but they would have became unsustainable at the first the first topic where it said balance reciprocate. That part I would have knew right from there. I don't need no other signs. I can see it in you. And Oprah Winfrey used to say, believe him the first time, or Maya Angelou, which one of them said that? I know it was one of those African diva queens that said that. Okay. And that's food for thought. Now, how to upgrade your circle intentionally. This is important because we got to get through this. It says, evaluate your relationship honestly. Ask yourself, does this person energize me or drain me? Hello. We already know if they draining us, we be feeling like that the first 5 minutes we on the phone with them. I'd be like, hello, 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 and click up. I can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if all you are saying to me is negative stuff. You ain't never got nothing positive to say. Never. Another way is set clear boundaries. Most people overestimate the negative consequences of saying no. Protecting your bandwidth is an act of leadership. Yeah, I believe that. Setting clear boundaries and telling people how you want to be. But some people are narcissistic. Their brain, they have ADHD, or you ever show a person the raw numbers 1, 2, 3, but they see 2, 2, 2, or you might try to express to them how you feel about something, but they hear something totally different. And those type of people is extremely difficult to set clear boundaries with. Yeah. Hmm. But I see him coming. So, ain't no game you can run on me and stuff. From the East Coast, from the West Coast, from the what? Communicate when necessary. Some people will adjust when you express your needs, and others will not. Both responses are data. Yeah, it's good. Both are responsible to data. And the reason they say that is because you can learn from ignorance and you can learn not from ignorance. You know, um, you try to communicate, and I only try to communicate when it's somebody that's close to me, a relative. Somebody, some loved one, someone you love and you genuinely care about. You try to communicate with them and you try to get your point across and you try to see if uh, you can come to a meeting of the minds. Because let me tell you something. One thing is for sure and two things for certain. When things do not work out in relationships with people, you cannot blame the other person for how they are. They are who they are. You gotta allow them to be who they are. You gotta own ownership for you showing up to be a part of that relationship because you already know that they're not adding value to your life, but you showing up for it. And so, who is to blame? We are to blame. You see, so you gotta set that boundary. You gotta be like, you know what? Nah, I ain't got time for that. Do better in 2026. Um, Make space for better connections. That is high quality relationships amplify your growth. They celebrate your wins, right? They celebrate you respectively and they support you consistently. That is all I'm talking about. That's all I want to. The takeaway from this is that your network isn't just professional; it's personal, and your circle should contribute to your well-being, not compromise it. Okay, a friendship audit is about judgment. It isn't about judgment. Well, I beg to differ about that, but it's about alignment, maturity, and protecting your peace so that you can operate at the highest level. Oh my God, I couldn't have said it better. Okay. Now, you guys, this is where we get ready to come to the end of the show and everything. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a pre recorded show. And I just want to say thank you. I'm gonna be doing a lot of these and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like I haven't gotten enough people, you guys, to conversate and stuff yet. Like I don't think that enough of you participate right away where you feel great enough to conversate. And so I'm doing a pre-recorded shows to get them out the way. But anyway, you guys, Merry Christmas. And when I had a lot of images and stuff that was for this particular show and everything, and I couldn't really get with them and stuff, but you always know my one slide that I'm going to show you, and that is subscribe, rate, review the podcast. And if you know anybody that we know we help or whatever, come on now, pass on the message, the information, or whatever you remember, and remember that that's support right there. You pulling me up, I'm pulling you up and stuff. This is a book that Selective Friends, everyone isn't cheering for you. It's by Noel de Jesus. Um, just there are books out there that actually talk about this kind of thing. If you don't think it's a problem, it's not a problem. But if it's a problem, you should do something about it. And then I just want everybody to know that hey, I partnered. I'm sorry, with the AI queen. Her name is Alicia Little, and she's doing the Business Summit 2026. Oh my God, it's get ready to like happen. It's going down, and I don't know what it is, but I do not have my code up here that I'm supposed to. But you guys that are my, if listen, it's going to be posted all over my social media. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be posted all over my social media. And I want you guys to really um, check out the AI thing. Get to know and stuff. Let it change your lives. I'm talking about intelligence. Knowledge is power. So anybody ain't trying to hear it, that's on you. I want to say again, happy holidays from ChatterBox and stuff. I love you. And, if you want to be a part of the conversation, is my number right there. Call, dial, email, be a participant so this show don't go away. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to say, oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. I got everything up here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is the AI Summit. Join this free AI Summit. You know what I'm saying? This summit is going to be from January the 14th to the 16th, 2026. See you there. Okay. Take that code. That code is right there. I'm going to keep putting it up there so you can copy and paste it. But copy and paste the code. All right. Listen, AI is going to change your life. I don't care what nobody say. You know, AI is, it's, listen, okay, I'm at 53 minutes running over on my show, but let me just give you this special bit, this special small bit, and then I'm gonna go. AI is, we have a technology boom that's taking place right now, and you got to be in it to win it, you know, and you have to understand what's going on. I'm willing. First, I want you. I'll answer any question that you have with artificial intelligence. If you have any question, I swear, email me. I'm going to answer it for you. I promise you. I will get back to you because I get back to anybody. But what I'm trying to say is that AI is the future. It's nothing to be scared about. It's like creating a best friend, somebody that's going to be able to deliver whatever it is that's in your mind. And all you have to do is be able to verbalize it. I'll tell you that much. Now, the AI Summit, which is January the 14th through the 16th, Alicia, Alicia Little, she's giving away a lot of nuggets. Um, Click on the site or go to my Facebook or go to my any one of my social media platforms or my LinkedIn. Click on that link that I give you, or the link that actually specifically talk about Lisa Little, and it talks about AI and joining the conference. I just want you to be there for those 3 days. I just want you to get some seeds. I want your knowledge to explain. Or if you got a phone, that's all you need. Okay, and Chat GBT or Perplexity or Claude, any one of them. Hey, let's go into 2026 being knowledgeable, okay, to better ourselves. All right. And what else? Come on, what else? Being prayerful for others. May this holiday bring you peace, joy, understanding, serenity, tranquility, all those necessary things. May this holiday bring those things to you so that you are able to manifest everything that you deserve. Hey, all right, you guys. So anyway, thank you so much for joining ChatterBox. I'll see you later. Talk to you soon. Oh, I'll see you on January. I think it's the 5th. Is the next Saturday, and we got a surprise. You got to watch to see what my show is going to be about. Remember, it's a series, one topic a month, 4 shows a month on the same subject matter. All right, talk to you later.